Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about, a professional boxer. He lived in the time of Muhammad Ali. Before that, subscribe the channel, leave your comments, like and share the videos, okay? So, I'm going to talk about Joe Frazier or Smokin Joe. Well, Joe Frazier was a professional boxer. He was born in the United States of America. And, he started training when he was very young, 15 years old. And, his goal was to lose weight. But he started an incredible career. As in amateur boxing, he won the gold medal in the Olympic Games of Tokyo in 1964. So, Olympic champion, gold medal, Tokyo 1964. Well, 1 year later, he started his professional boxing career in 1965. And, he won 29 boxing fights in a row. So 29-0, incredible. Well, and in 1968, he won the World Heavyweight Championship. So, in 1968, Joe Frazier, heavyweight champion of the world. The federation was Nizak from New York. In 1970, 2 years later, 1970, he won the World Heavyweight Championship of the World Boxing Association and the World Boxing Council. So, unified champion. 1 year later, in 1971, it was the fight of the century. Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali. And the truth is, Joe Frazier won that fight by unanimous decision of the judges. And of course, he retained the world titles. But in 1973, Joe Frazier versus George Foreman for the world titles. And Joe Frazier lost for the very first time in his career. And he lost the world titles too, to George Foreman. 1 year later, 1974, another fight, Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali. This time, Muhammad Ali won by unanimous decision. 1 year later, 1975, another fight, Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali. It was called the Frila in Manila. It was in the Philippines, the fight. And Muhammad Ali won that fight. That fight was for the world titles. And, it was, he was trying, Joe Frazier was trying to win again, the World Heavyweight Championship, but failed against Muhammad Ali, the greatest. 1 year later, he tried again against George Foreman, but he lost again. And 5 years later, only 5 years later, he fought against Floyd Cummings, but the decision was a draw. And the truth is, it was his last boxing fight, his professional career. It was the last one. So, conclusion. Joe Frazier, or Smokin Joe, was a professional boxer that won the World Heavyweight Championship for once between 1968 and 1973. So 5 years as champion. And well, he was in two fights, two boxing fights that very famous. The fight of the century in 1971 and the Thriller Manila in 1975. Both fights against Muhammad Ali, the greatest. He won once and he lost once of these two fights. So, Olympic champion 1964 in Tokyo and professional boxing career between 1965 and 1981. Statistics: 37 fights, 37 boxing fights, 32 victories, 27 by knockout, 4 defeats and 1 draw. So, good statistics. We are talking about 32 victories against 4 defeats and 1 draw, okay? It was the final fight in 1981, it was a draw. And 27 knockouts, so in 42 victories, yeah, it's good. Joe Frazier, well, only 37 fights. Not so many as other professional boxers, but it was a good career. Not so it was a short career, we can say that, if in comparison with other boxers, but it was a good career because, well, the truth is, he was the heavyweight champion of the world for 5 years. So it was a good career. Well, it's presented Joe Frazier, Smokin Joe. That's all for today, and see you next time.